Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien speaking on Tuesday, March 19th. Oh, aren't the swallows back in Capistrano today? I want to do a video on our favorite character. No, it's not AOC today. It's Laura Ingraham. You know, her, Hannity, and Tucker Carlson should be banned from Fox News and not Judge Janine here. And I'm not a fan of Fox News. Or CNN for that matter. So I want to point this out. Not a fan of either one of them. But Fox News went out of its way with Judge Janine and left Ingraham, Hannity, and Tucker Carlson, which should be banned from any airwaves at all. They're too far right wing. And Laura Ingraham just did it with her monologue that she put out about Generation E. You know, the generation after the millennials, starting in 2000, I believe. Now she's griping that they are the entitlement generation, as she calls them, because they were entitled to this, entitled to that. Isn't she the one? She's probably a Gen Xer. And the tail end of Gen X and the beginning of millennials are the ones that created these E generations. And doesn't she see her views? Just because they're leftists and she's far right, that doesn't give her a right to gripe. Hey, when she was a kid, I bet you she was a Ronald Reagan fan. The guys that did the disservice to the Republican Party, Barry Goldwater, Ronald Reagan, those guys did a disservice to the Republican Party there. Big time. Donald Trump destroyed it. Bush, GW, messed it up. And H.W. Bush, he tried to save it, but poor guy. Too little, too late for former President Bush, and I'm sorry about that. Bush number 43, I apologize for that, but you have a hand in the destruction of the Republican Party here with what you did. But be that as it may, Laura Ingraham, with your monologue here, what do you mean that the Generation E is entitlement and that the schools have always been liberal? You know that. They were liberal when I was in school. They were liberal when you were in school. And you probably got suspended a lot for your big mouth, didn't you? I'm pretty sure you did. So cut it out, Laura Ingraham. This is the way your country's always been. Heck, you Republicans have messed up this country worse than the Democrats. Teddy Roosevelt and the square deal. You know, his cousin messed it up with the Democrats with the New Deal that really messed this country up big time. But then again, President Eisenhower tried to save it, but then you had Kennedy that messed it up, and then you had Richard Nixon. And that's the start of the Republicans that messed it up. Gerald Ford was a poor guy at the wrong place at the wrong time. But Ronald Reagan, George Bush, George W. Bush, and Trump, you guys have done a disservice to the Republican Party. Big time. Horrendous. And you can tail all this back to probably Barry Goldwater, right? Anyway, Laura Ingraham, what are you talking about the Generation E? Your generation, the Gen Xers, are as horrible, even worse than the millennials. Look at what they got. They got you. They got Tucker Carlson. And probably Hannity's from that generation too, I'm assuming. Ugh. That's terrible. This is your favorite alien signing off. Ugh.